How did a warrior order become Europe's first global bankers? The truth unveiled in the year 1119, 9 knights took a vow to protect pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem. They became known as the Knights Templar. Initially, they were crusaders, fighting for Christian control in the Holy Land. But by 1187, their mission had failed. The fall of Jerusalem forced the Templars to seek new sources of wealth. They began to manage and protect vast sums of money. As their wealth grew, so did their influence. They built grand fortresses and palaces across Europe. Despite their power, the Templars faced suspicion and betrayal. In 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered their arrest. Their assets were seized, and the Templar order was officially dissolved in 1312. Their legacy lived on through banking. Medieval Jerusalem, a bustling hub of trade and faith. The Knights Templar, with their unique position, found themselves at the crossroads of Europe's wealth. Their strongholds protected valuable trade routes. The Templars stored and loaned gold from distant lands to European merchants. By the 13th century, they had become Europe's first international bankers. Their secret vaults held treasures from across the Mediterranean. From their base in Jerusalem, they facilitated trade and finance across the Islamic world. Their influence was felt far beyond the Holy Land. Their wealth and reach made them powerful intermediaries. The Templars' international network was unmatched in medieval Europe. The Knights Templars' unique position in Jerusalem allowed them to become Europe's first international bankers. Their legacy endures. In medieval Europe, the Fugger family amassed wealth through trade and banking. They controlled vast networks of merchants across the continent. Their secret was meticulous record-keeping and a network of spies who reported on market prices and political stability. The Fugger secured a monopoly on banking in Augsburg through strategic marriages and clever use of political influence. Their wealth and influence grew as they lent to nobles and princes, funding wars and construction projects. The Fuggers' financial acumen and political savvy allowed them to navigate the treacherous waters of medieval finance. Their legacy endures through the Fuggerei, a complex of homes built for the poor in Augsburg, still occupied today. The Templar order amassed vast wealth from their banking operations, amassing estates and treasures across Europe. King Philip IV of France grew increasingly jealous of the Templars' power and wealth. Philip IV's enmity deepened when the Templars refused to lend him money for his war against England. In 1307, Philip IV ordered the arrest of all Templar knights in France on charges of heresy. The Templar assets were seized by the king and his allies, leading to their ultimate downfall. The wealth amassed by the Templars transformed them from a military order into a banking powerhouse. On the eve of Friday, October 13, 1307, Philip IV of France convened his court in Paris. Tensions were high as whispers spread about the Knights Templars' vast wealth and secretive rituals. Philip's jealousy grew as he saw the Templars' treasures displayed in their grand hall. He feared their wealth would undermine his own authority and influence. On the fateful Friday, Philip ordered his men to storm the Temple Mount in Paris. The Knights Templar were arrested en masse, their lives and assets confiscated. The knights were interrogated under harsh conditions. Philip's agents sought to uncover their secrets and weaken the order's financial power. The arrests marked the beginning of a wave of persecution against the Templars. Philip's actions were driven by both political and personal motivations. Friday the 13th, October 1307, became a dark day in history. The knights who banked faced their ultimate downfall. In a matter of months, the Templar order's wealth was decimated. Once flush with gold from across the Holy Land and Europe, their coffers were suddenly empty. The order's holdings were seized by King Philip IV of France, who saw the Templars as a threat to his own power. In a show of force, Philip had many Templar knights arrested and tortured, their confessions leading to widespread public outrage. The fall of the Templars was swift and brutal. Their Grand Master Jacques de Molay, burned at the stake in 1314, cursed both Philip and Pope Clement V. By the time of their dissolution in 1312, the Templars had lost not only their wealth but also their status and influence. The Inquisition uncovered accusations of heresy and sodomy, casting dark shadows over the knights. Documents of heresy lay strewn across the table, their ink still black against parchment. The inquisitors looked sternly at the accused knights, their robes billowing in the cold palace hall. Gold coins were seized, evidence of financial irregularities among the accused. A caravan of camels approached the castle gates, bringing more accusations and evidence. The verdict was harsh. Knights were sentenced to death for their alleged crimes. Thousands of heretics were tried and condemned, their fate sealed by the Inquisitors' judgments. The condemned were led to their execution sites, often through the streets where the populace gathered to watch. At the stake, fire was lit to consume their bodies as a warning against heresy. Many innocents met their end under these harsh laws, leaving scars on society. The mass trials and executions were a dark chapter in history, marking the brutality of those times. Yet, amidst the darkness, whispers of reform began to emerge, signaling a shift towards greater tolerance. Their assets were seized, their order dissolved, and the once glorious Knights Templar vanished from history. The order's wealth was confiscated by King Philip IV of France in a dramatic move that left them destitute. The king's agents conducted a ruthless raid on the knights' assets, including their famous treasures and vast estates. The destruction was so thorough that many of their precious artifacts were lost forever. The order's properties were seized, and their members arrested. Their very name was erased from the records as if they had never existed. The last Grand Master of the Knights, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake by the French king. His death marked the end of an era and a catastrophic blow to Christian chivalry. Despite their fall from grace, the legacy of the Knights Templar lived on. Their reputation and wealth continue to intrigue historians and filmmakers alike. In the years that followed, the order's disappearance left a profound impact on medieval Europe. Their dissolution marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in history. In the twilight of their power, some Templar knights found refuge in new orders and roles, carrying the torch of their ideals into the next century. Their wealth and influence, however, dissipated with the fall of their last strongholds, leaving little trace of their once mighty order. New banking families rose in their wake, emulating the Templars' practices but without the same moral code. Despite the loss of their institutional power, some Templar records and artifacts survived, hidden away for centuries to come. Their legacy lived on, though, in the shadowy corridors of power and in the darkened vaults where secrets lay buried. And so the knights who banked faded into obscurity, their influence a mere whisper in the annals of history. In medieval 12th to 14th century Europe, the Knights Templars' mysterious fall was intertwined with the legendary tales of Robin Hood. These knights once safeguarded treasures and secrets in Jerusalem's holy lands, but their fate led to whispers of hidden wealth and outlaw legends. Their decline was marked by a trial and execution in Paris, 1312. Rumor circulated that their vast wealth had fueled the tales of Robin Hood and his merry men, hiding it away in forests and mountains. Robin Hood's band of outlaws roamed the English countryside, embodying justice and fairness. Their stories mirrored the Knights Templars' rise and fall, from nobility to ignominy. Historians suggest that Robin Hood's origins may be rooted in the Knights Templars' secret societies and cryptic knowledge. This link added layers to his myth, connecting him with the mysterious past. The modern myth of Robin Hood continues to captivate audiences worldwide. His story intertwines with the Knights Templars' legacy, leaving an enduring mystery that keeps their histories entwined. The search for truth in the legend of Robin Hood and the Knights Templar remains a captivating mystery. It is a testament to human imagination, linking the distant past with contemporary intrigue. Even Sir Isaac Newton, the great mathematician and physicist, was rumored to have dabbled in alchemy. His quest for the Philosopher's Stone is a tale of intrigue. Napoleon Bonaparte, the military genius and emperor of France, was known to have a keen interest in finance. His financial policies were as strategic as his military campaigns. The Knights Templar, with their vast wealth and influence, were rumored to be connected to these mysterious entities. Their hidden treasures still spark curiosity. The Medici family of Florence, with their patronage of art and finance, were also rumored to have ties. Their influence extended beyond the realm of trade. Caravans of camels would traverse the desert, carrying secrets and treasures. The journey was perilous but full of potential. The allure of these connections persisted through time. The mystery remains as captivating today as it did centuries ago. Stories of hidden treasures and secret knowledge have lingered through the centuries, whispered in hushed tones by knights and scholars alike. In the heart of a bustling city, under the watchful eyes of marble columns and grand palaces, ancient maps held secrets yet to be uncovered. Caravans of camels moved across the desert dunes, their silhouettes barely visible against a stormy sea. Legend spoke of hidden treasures waiting to be found. In the dimly lit halls of a nobleman's residence, old parchment lay hidden in forgotten corners. Each scroll could hold crucial knowledge. Silhouettes of figures could be seen at the edge of a dense forest, their torches casting long shadows. The air was thick with the scent of mystery and adventure. The quest for hidden treasures and secret knowledge continues to this day, drawing brave souls into the unknown. In medieval Europe, the Knights Templar were more than just warriors, they controlled vast wealth and influence. Their treasury was said to hold unimaginable wealth, filling their Jerusalem headquarters with gold and silver. The Templars' financial prowess allowed them to extend loans to kings and nobles, shaping the economic landscape of Europe. Their wealth and power grew so much that they were seen as rivals by other powerful orders like the Hospitallers. Ultimately, their downfall came when King Philip IV of France accused them of heresy to seize their assets for himself. Their legacy, though controversial, remains a testament to the complex nature of power and wealth in medieval society. If this changed how you see the past, there is more waiting for you. Watch the next story on Coin and Crown. The full collection is one click away.